Nephos. Titty cat gang, 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 gang. What is our name? Titty cat game, game, gang, gang, gang. What is our name? Have you launched the game yet? Rick. Hope you all do well. Hope your Tuesday's going wow. Let's see. All right, I think we're ready. Let's continue on our quest to be the very, very best. Hope your all's Tuesday's going well. I just did a shit ton of chores all day. Started packing up some stuff. Oh, it does not. There it goes. Kind of. Now I recognize this is your controller. We also got a couple of things we need to think and do. Like, do we have anybody we can freeze or put asleep our opponents? That may be something we just have to focus on post-game. You know, what is our team right now? Sandal. Dig. Yeah. Oh god, we need to go ahead and get a Swaloon. We need a pheasant as well. Yeah, okay, we're not capturing one for a while. Hey, we're trading one up. Great. And then let me check the other one that we need. A Swanna. So, who the fuck's Swanna? Grathela, Solstice, Ducklet. Oh, we're about to come up on Ducklet. Okay. I don't know if Ducklet and Swanna are related or not, but it's what we have. Alright, so we gotta just head back up and capture a couple of mons. Just trying to think of where do I guess we'll just head this direction. Oh yeah. Now I remember what I really should do is grab that swan bat Or Woobat. So. Turn on PC. Deposit. Our Dragon Boy. Do we need to deposit anyone else? Honestly, we need to get you ready, but we gotta focus on a whole other team right now. What am I doing? I could go through the city. Go through here. So we're going to go up to this cave. Catch our little pig bat abomination. And then we'll just make our way down and hopefully catch a Ducklet sooner than later. Yeah. Just give me what I want. Give me the bat. We're just here for the bat. Give us a bat and no one gets hurt. Low kick. No, stop missing. Thank you. It's like it's going to really do some damage with that low kick. I get so many fucking scam calls. God, and it hasn't stopped since I got this number. Like, ever since I came back, like, I got stuck with some number from some lady who just, I'm assuming, just signed up for, like, a ton of scams. Or something like that. Is there not one in here? Is it, like, outside the cave? Right. Okay. I may just I should just grab the one I have. Just call it. Just bite the bullet. And the fact that we're going to have to raise that thing up so high. Mud shot. Alright, the Pokemon I'm looking for is not in here. Alright, caught one, right? Yeah, okay, I'll just use that one. I just hate it because we gotta change boxes. It's just annoying. All right, let's train this motherfucker. Of course. And the like level limit for the next like 2 fights are like 44, 44 and 43, which I found odd. You know what? Let's go ahead and just take on the karate guys. Well, no, we're probably not strong enough yet. They're like level 30 usually, right? Alright. Start going through this. If you missed the last stream, we caught Tyrannus and Thundurus. My Pokemon's ashes are stored in Pokemon Tower. You can have this TM. I don't need it anymore. You don't have room for this. Oh god. That's right. We didn't dump any of our crap after the tower the other night. Let's see what all do we have. Yeah, we could put Super Scope. We could put up. We can put the. No, I think we're going to run into the Landorus somewhere. I don't know where, but we'll probably run into Landorus. What else? So. Man, we're gonna have to do some major leveling after all this to get Titty Kitty and some of our other mons up. Titty Cat. Lame, but where's the name reader? Hello, hello, I'm the official name reader. Want me to read the name and yes. We should name it. Titty Cat. Okay, this Pokemon has been renamed Titty Cat. That's a better name than before. Oh, I'm glad we both are in agreement. Oh yeah, check some of our other stuff. Teleport. No, we'll sell teleport. Yeah. Sell. Alright. We don't even. No, we have our Toad. Yeah, let's just put up Titty Kitty because we're gonna need that duck immediately. Alright, and we continue. God man trying, welcome. I hope you are doing well. We're just getting our Pokemans on. Hope, oh, forgot to grab the bike. The fun of Gen 1 is just all this item management that I totally blink out about every time I play this game. I'm doing good. I'm about to move, so packed up a bunch of stuff, started slowly putting my things in boxes, so getting it all like ready to go. And I don't know, just did a bunch of chores too, so I don't know, very uneventful, but much needed day to do. Yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to the whole... I'm just looking forward to getting a new place. But I am not looking forward to just the process. Moved plenty of times. But it's never gotten fun. Yeah, I got a bite. Here. Alright. Interesting. See, switch. Don't know how much your life works around where you live till you move. Yeah, no, I get that, and like, that's why like I enjoy living in my city and not like in a suburb or whatever, because I do stuff, but that's only because I'm around it, right? And I feel like if I were to move outside of it, I will be so much less likely to do anything. Take down, lame. So I see some places around me at least. It's just, ugh. Honestly, it was just kind of like, it's crazy lately. Like, everyone's asking for not just like the deposit, but like deposit plus like another 100 or another 200. Like, why? That's just obscene. Just a small fry. But it is what it is. Still got a job. Still got good support, good friends. And the move's not going to be like terribly difficult. It's just annoying. You know? That's just more of the thing with moving. Wait, who am I against? Okay, I need, no. If I send out my little ground dude, it's just gonna get drowned. What do you mean it failed? Moving everyone has hands open to take your money. I mean, I hope, you know, like that hasn't happened to you, but I'm very fortunate enough that it hasn't happened. You know, knock on wood, things could happen. You know, and people do change, sadly. Shit happens. Fuck, I should have switched. Oh well. Just quick attack, I guess. Let's see. We'll switch in and out. Oh. What it's saying is when you move, whatever you need during seems to cost more than you planned for. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that. Like, I foolishly... Man, I'm gonna lose this. Fuck. I foolishly thought, like, I could get all my stuff in, like, one car trip down here. Very fucking stupid. I needed, like, 3, and then still one more, like, friend. Well, actually, it was my mom. Help me with the last little bit of stuff. Alright, let's go back to heal. And this time I'm going to also have to, like, ask co-workers, like, hey, do you just mind? Nope. Do you mind if you just load my bed up on your truck and just drive it down like 5 blocks? We'll see. But yeah. Just all the costs and like the little, you know, as I told one person, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not that it's like it's not that it's a $3 fee itself. It's just that everywhere around me is doing a $3 fee. You know, that's the problem. It's like, I know when my bank got rid of their coin services, and their happy solution was just to team up with a national corporation that like charges a 5% fee on your stuff, or on the coins you take in or you turn in. Boop. Hey, Jack. Welcome, welcome. And it's just like, you know, the $3, you know, isn't like that big of a deal, but it's just over time it adds up, and especially from many different places. How's the game? Oh, it's good. Just getting back into it. How's your day going? I hope all is well, buddy. We're just being, you know, slapped around. Nothing new. And we're just trying to, like, train up, like, 7 to 10 different Pokemon at once. Hey, uneventful sounds great. Like, my day was pretty uneventful, but I'm happy for it. Well, it's not even... Pretty boring, I feel. I mean, dude, I just miss my days just doing laundry and like in apartments and things like that. I don't know why I use a ground move. There we go. It's going. It's going. There's one place I was actually kind of excited for, but then when I like went back to drive and like get a better idea of the number, I realized it was like to somewhere else, to like a super tiny like apartment complex. Like, oh, I was like, okay, never mind. And like, sadness. I'll find a place. I got leads. freezing up a little. Should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, let me know if it now I forgot everything. Also, Tranquil is slower. Oh, god damn it. Oh, really? Supersonic. Why does it fail? Like, just, I keep forgetting it's Gen 1, so it really just misses, not fail. Beat the shit out of the duck. God damn it. Alright. Alright. When I moved to my first apartment, they put the wrong 3D map for it, and cause of that I got a better apartment for the same price as the original was supposed to be. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't think they're going to kick the other people out of that apartment for me though. So I don't think that's going to be a similar situation for me, unfortunately. But we'll see. Like I said, I got leads. And I'm worried, like, already just getting it going. Yeah, no, I get it. No, they were just annoyed at the leasing, and did you see? That is wild that, like, they just had the wrong Google picture up for who knows how long. Forgot to sell this nugget. Let's see, now we're going to... Yeah. Just pass it all around. Pass the blame all around. Eventually it'll go away. Electricity is my specialty. Blitzel. Oh, I need to get rid of... I think I'm still in set mode. Oh, yeah, Sandil. Way to survive it. Unplugged. Yeah. For not looking at the contract, not. If anything, Jack, I hope you've learned to just always check your contracts. It was hidden in a bunch of docks. Yeah, like, that's just how those... Oh. Always read your contracts. I know it's a shitty, boring, crappy, like, thing that we have to do. But boy. Oh, really? Not even a nibble? Oh, it's a bite! What do we get? Oh, God damn it. I wanted something good. Alright, whatever. Shh. Oh, that's handy, I guess. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, that's very handy. Let's see, let's dig. Alright. Yes, Switch, Woobat, basically family, captain of the swim team. I feel. No, like, that's, I'm glad you guys have that. Not many people do. But yeah, like, I would still encourage you on your own terms for just the betterment of yourself. Like, that's something you may need, like, also just think about. Like, oh, don't get me wrong, it's a boring ass thing, but it's literally livelihood. It's literally livelihoods. Like, whether it's a work contract, rent contract, house contract. Alrighty, yeah. Good luck. That's all I can say to that response is good fucking luck. Like, don't get me wrong, they will be there at a point. Like, they will be very, very good at their jobs. But we're not there yet. Alright, I'm managing my ducks in that field. I found Carbos in a cave once. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Oh, Yeah, we're switching still. Palpitoad. I did just watch like a whole video about like AI books becoming more of an issue. Oh god, we always miss. Motherfucker. Let's see. And like I couldn't help but think like it was basically what Folding Ideas did a video about years ago about hustling audiobooks as fast as possible out onto Kindle. Or at least the same concept of like you're basically doing barely any work to get all this shit out. Oh, God. I'm surprised they didn't use like water gun or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. It's wild, and fucking Amazon's solution to like, man, how do we stop this mass influx of books coming into our marketplace? We'll slow it down. All right, 3 a day. You can only self-publish 3 books a day, which, if you're self-publishing 3 books a day, I don't want to buy or read whatever the fuck you're writing. Like, I get, like, it may be through, like, that's there for, like, more indie publishers or, like, people, you know, like, indie publishments, you know, that are doing, work for multiple people instead of just one. But boy, that still 3 is definitely not enough. Stopping 3. Ugh. Like 3 books a month, like, probably would be a little too short, even though it really shouldn't. It doesn't sound like it. But 3 books a day is still just fucking insane that they're just like, yeah, that's good. I guess at the end of the day, like, they are making money from it, but I know they are opening themselves up to lawsuits if they allow these books that may or may not be having plagiarized material in it free to roam about without any issue. Like, I think that's all Amazon really cares about, is preventing lawsuits against them for selling plagiarized stuff, whether if they actually knew about it or not, you know? Just run. Finally. Back over here. Let's get our bike again. My burp Pokemon wants to scrap. Shark with the all-in-one workout. Welcome, Shark. No, you're doing Razor Wind. Damn it. Let's try and blind it before it... Wait, you're riding... See, that's what... These are the jobs ChatGPT are taking away from. How's Shark supposed to make a good, honest living now? You know, Shark was just helping, you know, the economy in America stay afloat. God, I've written so many essays in so many different formats. Yeah. Well, Shark, you're out of luck because ChatGPT took your job. My bird combo lost. Let's see. Yeah, we'll wait in a minute. I can do math pretty well, but I'm fairly certain that elementary schoolers know grammar better than I do. You know what? You know what? I'll just go ahead and say yeah, probably. Fuck. Do you think people are still taught how to write in cursive? This is gonna be very important. You're gonna write everything in the future in cursive. They're not. God damn it, Jack. Damn it, Jack. They are possessive. Let's see. Wait. Over there, as in like here, there. There, as in mine, theirs. And then they are. I read the Red Book recently. What is another? Which there is over there? Like, place. When you're talking about, like, naming places. Or referencing a place. Or a location. Why am I having English class in my own fucking chat? God damn it. 5 years later, I'm still doing teaching shit. You know what I just realized? Fuck, Fly? I know where Fly is. Wait, and also, why did I think I could take on the little pup? I totally forgot. I could get Fly now. And that'll save me so much time and money. Disable. You know what? Sure. Well, no, actually, well, yeah, let's just get rid of Brow. Shit. Oh, I'm in trouble. Throw mud all over it. Yeah. Alright, and another mud shot. There we go. Oh, I lost. Alright. Okay, so we're going to go and grab this fly HM before I make this so much more difficult on myself. Also, ChatGPT is great. Alright, Jack. Glad you feel that way, I guess. Let's see. Like, I don't think, like, you know, ChatGPT won't have uses that will be very beneficial. Welcome to our Pokemon Center. I mean, I don't know how ChatGPT is going to fix this, Jack. Everything I've seen is just it just spits out bullshit back at you. Jack, it sounds like you should... Jack, it almost sounds like you should talk to a therapist if you're having trouble. Like, whatever works for you, buddy. Like, that's all I can say. I don't agree. You probably shouldn't be using ChatGPT in that way. Look, there's some things you should do. I don't know. ChatGPT, even in grammar, is not great. Like, have you read those books or even seen examples of the books? Sure, I'll play with you. Okay, but what are you... Okay, so what are you I guess I just don't understand. What are you brainstorming? I guess oh shit, I totally... God damn it. I got... Oh, so sidetracked. I didn't even... So your homework. So Jack! I'm... I'm... I am so confused. I am so lost. I am honestly lost. Oh, the doggo took itself out. I got so sidetracked in this whole AI thing, I just like healed and went back. I'm sorry if I misunderstood, but like, it all sounds bad. It almost all sounds like you threw this into the AI itself. And asked, how do I explain AI to NDK? And this is what you've been like sending up back. That's what it feels like at this point. Don't. Oh god, it's already, my head's already hurting. Let's see. All right, we need go and grab. But yeah, please do not just paste the whole thing here, Jack. Please. I'm literally asking you, do not go copy and paste it. Let's see. Let's go grab the fly before I forget again. Oh, wow, that's what I needed. I needed to grab a Pokemon with cut. So we gotta go to our Pokebox. Oh. Draw. Swallow. Let's see, now let's go cut this tree. How'd you get in here? Good effort. Oh, you found my secret retreat. Please don't tell anyone here. I'll make it up for you with this. Fly. HM2. Oh, now I owe you 2. Let's just get rid of Razor Wind. Alright. Now we can fly to our heart's content. Put up this Pokemon. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Get Sharks Redeems. Fuck it, we'll keep this Pokemon with us just so we can take on, get some of the other items out around. Alright. Alright. BRB. Going to do some squats, sit-ups, push-ups. And I'll be back with more Pokemans. Alrighty, I'm back. Hi. Whew. Alright, if there's anything I really need to do in between this little time, is actually grind more weed. Let me do it now, rather than later. once again, thank you, Shark, for the redeems. Much, much appreciated. Ugh.
Nephos.
All right. Game check. Whew. All right. All right. So not gonna lie, today I thought about getting a water pipe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But then I just looked at my finances. It's just like, you know what? I'm going to have to wait a bit. I think it's going to just have to wait till after the move. But I was really thinking about it today. It's like, just do some fat rips, baby, on stream. Crunch. It's crunch time, baby. Lost it. Feed it to Titty Cat. Hey, there's our duck. All right. Yeah, let's switch birds. Of course, it got out of confusion in 2 turns. Ducklet. Waterbird. It's better at swimming than flying. They dive underwater to find peat moss to eat. No, I think we have a Petilil. Not that high a level. Let's see. Yep. Continue this gauntlet. Which Pokemon do you want to see me use? Sandile has to crunch. Yeah, let's see. Just keep on switching in and out. Crunch. Thank goodness. Sting didn't get us that time. Four times. Well, at least that super potion's going to come in handy. It's over already. I already used all my super potions. Oh well. Keep on fighting through. Wow. Badges are cool too. Temple. Just fly. Should be in it. Quick attack. Our way through. Yep. Woobat. Get in there. Ooh, I fucked up. I forgot all about typing. Yeah. Whew. Am I park ground? Is that what I'm forgetting about this? Mond. Must be or something. Oh, what am I doing? Fuck me. Well, if I went second, it would have been the biggest of brain moves. God damn. Not enough. They only revive like... Might as well. Yeah. I always go with bird Pokemon. Birds. Joe Bird to go against the birds. And then one more Metal Claw. Keep switching. Oh, come on. He could have lasted one more hit. Just one. I just needed one more. We'll just stick it. Oh god, is that ugly piece of shit. Oh, Rue's going to have a field day when she sees that. More sand. Oh well. Pepitoad. Bubble Beam. Okay, yeah, I am part ground. Rufflet. Alright, yeah. Guess I could try disable. But disable in this gen just feels so random. Yes. Out of power. Trainer tips. Look at the left of that post. I'll go down there and check this post. Oh, fuck me. I forgot about her. Well, at least it'll send us back to the beginning, or send us back to a Poke Center. Who knows? Maybe we can win. I shouldn't probably switch out. Confused no more. She's gotta love it. Fuck me. Let's see. No, we'll stick it out. No! No! Damn it. Ugh. Wake up, Tranquil. Get off the NyQuil, Tranquil. Fuck off. God damn it. Oh, this game is so dumb sometimes. Palpitoad, Pine Dove. Just try to Bubble Beam everyone to death here. God damn it. Oh, I had a quick attack. I don't think Swaddling's going to do good against these birds. Oh, rip. Oh, well. Happens. Oh, well, at least we're healed up. Trying to think of... Oh, yeah, we can grab our duck now. Deposit. You. Grab ducklet. Yeah, forget the legendary. Forget the legendaries. We need ducklet instead. Of course, being a heal. I just found out the actor I loved as a kid was two different actors that just looked the same. Okay. So they had like twins or like lookalikes or something like that. I know, I mean, that's how Mary-Kate and Ashley got famous, playing what? Twins? I was going to say the same sister, but no, actually, pretty sure they were just twins on Full House. Now I think about it. Let's see. Gonna get our duck bird thingy to become a swan. Big, beautiful swan. Alright, I just want to know if there was an item there. The wind's blowing my way. It's my way. Or the highway. Yeah, it's that pallet toad out there. God, really? Like, it's just... Okay. Also, I forgot to take off my shoes. Like... Just realize... Still have my shoes on after all this time. Oh, no. No. God damn it. Didn't want to fucking go back to the start already. Oh, that's cruel. Bubble beam. Alright. Metal Claw, our way to victory here. I mean, I really haven't used Drillbird in these last couple matches. So it's good to get him experience. Just no dig. Just useless right now. Rip. Rufflet. Flying again. Come on. I'm not even... I don't think anyone got sand in my eye or anything. The wind turned. You need to use CMs to teach good moves to Pokemon. Yeah? Kind of figured that one out, but thank you for reiterating. No, there we go. That's a lot better. Oh, god damn it. Let's do this. Send out some wing attacks. Get these birds out of the way. Oh, thank you, Shark. 3 times. No, we got this. This is a stretch, some water. Alrighty. Ooh. Ugh. Ah. Oh. Ugh. Not enough moves. Oh. Oh, that felt good. I cracked something. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Shark. +1 posture. My bird Pokemon should be ready for battle. Should be. Sorry, I'm trying to get another bowl pack ready. Let's see. All right. Get our crunch on. Rufflet. Just keep crunching them all. Just keep crocodile. We only have our backups, or the other two Pokemon we're trying to train up left, so might as well just keep Sandile out until he may fall. Very close. I'm surprised they didn't go for a quick attack. Alright, Woobat. Your time to shine. Yeah! Alright. Off to a good start. Okay, well. You know what? You did more than I thought most you would. Yes. Rabbit season. Duck season. Come on. Yes. Good job, Ducklet. Not ready yet. What? Yeah. Let's go. Korok. Alright. Is I who even... Goddamn, everyone's dead. Or just about. Let me double check who we need for... I'm pretty sure we need what is it, Crocodile? Or I'm just thinking of the drug. Yeah, Crocodile. 44 level limit, so... Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they want us to take on all them. Because, boy, we got a lot to level up. Alright, let's go ahead and get to Safari, at least. Continue that as a journey. Alright. Also, I should make a save. 22. Make a wish. You. My key Pokemon wish to make your acquaintance. Jolbur should be also evolving sooner than later. Also hoping he just learns another fucking move as well. Dig. What? Excuse me? I did not know Dig or Swift even hits opponents. Wow, you learn something new every day. I did not know Swift will like actually like no, like even if you're underground or high in the air, Swift will chase you down. Interesting, I never knew that. Crunch. Wow, you totally won. And wow, I still think Swift. Hey! We got iron, we got calcium. We're about to visit Titty Cat here. We've been finding a lot of good items. I guess we could also, like, you know, use all the money we got and dump it all in, dump it all, in just, like, protein and stuff for Titty Cat. There's protein after protein after protein. Also, don't we get EXP share coming up? Or is that like once you catch 100 Pokemon? It's been such a long time. I can't remember if it's coming up or like at the 50 trainer or 50 captured mark, or I need like a higher number. Probably need a higher number if I remember, if I can remember anything. You know what? I think our duck can handle this. Yeah. Fungus. You know what? I think we're part flying. Fuck it. Just use this awakening. Oh, come on, game. Fuck off. Oh, that's the worst when they're just like, oh, LOL, here's another one. Right after. Like, I hate that so much. Oh, we won through the paralysis. Let's go. Dang, stripped gears. Yeah, I don't think I had anything for paralysis. They need to learn better moves. Uh-huh, sure they do, buddy. Have you taught your bird Pokemon how to fly? I'm glad they like reminded me here that fly was a move. Yay on the critical. Oh god. Alright. Yeah, Palipito level 29. Mandibuzz. Yeah, I definitely want to switch for my water type out. Oh god. There's a lot going on. And I'm not sure if I understand any of it. Oh, come on. 3 layers of sand. And still lands a Fury attack. Fuck it. Send the duck out. At least we keep lowering its speed, I guess. Get Woobat. God damn it, Woobat. You had one job. Shot down in flames. For Pokemon, my true love. Alright, man. Alright, we're getting close. God damn it! TMs are on Celadon, but only a few people have HMs. Cool. Fun facts. Alright, bird on bird violence. Let's go. That's right, you dumb idiot. Thank you, Tranquil. Bravery. Oh, someone beat you with the ugly stick real bad, huh? Aw, bummer. Oh, I was going like actually like I don't have any super potions on me. Next time we're up, next time we get to the Pokemon Center, I'll pick up some. By the Pokemark. Who knows? Maybe Tranquil Hill will carry us all the way. Garbodor. Garbodor could look a lot worse, so I'm pretty happy with this design. Oh god. Asshole. Wipe out. Asshole, you fucking murdered both us. Vermilion. That's what I was trying to say. I know, he looks really good. His sprite's just like disgusting enough. Honestly, there's, well, yeah, I'll just save Pokeballs. And Shark, quick question. Do you remember, oh, I forgot the Pokemart. By any chance, do you know, how many, what is it called? Pokemon I need to capture in order to get that next item? Or, like, when we next talk to the Pokemon Aid in, Safari. Not in the Safari Zone, but definitely no idea. Okay. I imagine it's, like, more than 10 for sure. I kind of figured. I figured it was, like, either 50 or 100. And part of me wants to say it's the EXP share, but I feel like that's maybe... I said Pokemon Aid. Oh, wow. I know, right? I'm going to tell this joke at everyone at work. I bet they'll all laugh their asses off. Let's see. We're almost. Got our Woobat going strong. Honestly, I'm kind of excited to get Woobat leveled up because there's a chance it may learn Hypnosis at some point, right? So if that does happen, that means we can go after those dogs or the deer, buffalo type, whatever Pokemon. And go ahead and clean up that achievement. I also wonder where Tyrannus is, or Landorus is. Have you heard about the legendary Pokemon? Yeah, so I'm not sure if you I'm not sure if you were there at the end of the stream, but I did capture Tornadus and Thundurus. So I should show I should show off those sprites when we get back to the Pokemon Center. No, you're good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is true. I totally forgot that the dude did show us the sprites of them. It's goofy though. I can't wait. Anyone up here? Yeah, God. Yeah, let's do it. We need a grind, baby. This is the stream where we have to we're getting everyone up, finishing a couple of side things. Hopefully get this Woobat to learn Hypnosis or something sooner than later. God damn it, I knew. Welcome, Rue. Thank you for stopping back in. Who did you eat this time? Who soul did you devour? Diano. Send Drillbird out. Oh, well, at least it can't do more than 40. So that crit was like kind of nothing. Honestly, you haven't missed much. You really haven't missed much. We are just training up Woobat, trying to get Drillbird evolved. Just going through this part of the game and just grinding, honestly. Or not grinding, I guess. You know, there's a means to an end. We're supposed to be heading this way. Also, we're training up Ducklet. Did you know I was invited to that party? Damn shark. Let's go. So, but yeah, we've just been training, switching, trying to get everyone. What? I don't know where Tornadus is. So we've already caught Thundurus and Tornadus, but we haven't found Landorus. I'm curious of where Landorus could be. Because they would have to just put the Landorus in a whole new place, right? Oh, gear grind. God damn it. Oh, and bind? Great. And you're confused no more? Perfect. I'm trying to think of who are the other Pokemon that took those places. Because I'm thinking like the dragons. Because I'm trying to think where the dragons would go, right? No, they replaced Snorlax. That was what's weird. The dragons probably replaced the birds, if I had to make an assumption. So imagine the dragons are in the birds' places. Yeah, it makes it just a little, huh? Wonder where it could be. Let's see. Yeah, no, just like, you know, clearing up all these trainers. And then, you know, we just got... That's what I'm kind of hoping, like, in the next area. We find Professor Oak's aid and hopefully get on that experience share. As annoying as that's going to be. We'll just do like a montage, put on the Nefos music as we just play at 4 times speed and just grind everyone out to their appropriate levels for the Elite Four. Oh yeah, you missed you missed this motherfucker. Ah, I knew it was gonna be a crit. God damn. I would not think that's... What do you mean? It's one of the same, right? It honestly reminds me of Monster Crown like enemy than it does a Pokemon. God damn it. Oh, the speed crit. Come on. Yes. No, god damn it. Oh, fuck me. Oh, let's go. Woobat. Woobat. I knew it. All right. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shark with the all-in-one workout routine. Gotcha. God damn it. We have... Oh, this is not going to be fun. I mean, I got confusion, I guess. Phew. Yeah, wing attack is better. Alright, maybe not now. Come on. Gotta confuse it. We really don't stand a chance. Oh, let's go. Yes. No, not another Pharaoh seed. It just turns out this asshole has just 4 Pharaoh seeds on him. Motherfucker. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it was not much I could do. Just accidentally walked into him and just got wrecked. Yeah, I'm hoping I learned something better with Woobat. Like, I need something, Woobat. Like, if Woobat had like a hypnosis, that'd be great right about now. Also, how many Pokemon do I have? Alright, I also just need 2 more Pokemon hit 50. Which I can't remember for the life of me if how much Pokemon this aid requires you to have seen. Or captured, I mean. Woobat be Woobat. Yeah, I mean, just also Supersonic just sucks as a fucking move. It's a terrible, like, Confuse Ray. I mean, I know that's what it is. But, like, ugh. Shark, I'll get to your redeems in just a second. I just want to go ahead and get my ass all the way back here. I want revenge. Let's go, let's go, let's go! I think that's Voltor, or yeah, Voltor's sound, right? Or maybe, well, yeah, that would make sense. Or maybe, no, coughing I think has like a more like to it. No, I'm taking out your stupid Pharisee army with Drill Boy here. That's coughing. That's coughing. Psh, 3 fucking Pharaoh seeds. God damn. Or maybe is Grimer sound. That is true. I could also see Grimer. Ugh, get lost, asshole. Fuck you. Just ran you over with Drill Boy. Also, we found some items. Alright, I'm going to do my Sharks Redeem. Let's just take a quick break. And I'll be back with more Pokemans. Don't go anywhere. Let's see. Boom, boom. Away. If you haven't already, give Shark a follow. Super cool streamer, been playing through Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch as Square wanted it. So if that's your thing, feel free to check out Shark.
Nephos.
Yeah, or else Rue will eat you. You can watch Shark, and then watch Shark get viciously eaten by some mysterious force that we just do not know. Alright. That's sleep paralysis demon to your house. Exactly. You know, it's one or the other. Alrighty. Let's continue. Yeah. Oh, hey, Shimi. Oh, you're a little cutie. Yes, I am. Pokemon. Lady, you are not. Vicious. Just gotta tell them how it is. God damn it. Oh. That little boy was going to hold its own. Oh well. What's the next gym fight? Koga or Sabrina? I double checked it and it really doesn't matter who you go after because they both are like 43 and 44 no 44 and 43 level caps respected. So yeah. So we got quite a way. I imagine, like, let's see, Rock also evolves, what, 36, 37, 39? We get Excadrill at 37? God damn. I swear I get the worst luck with fucking sleep in this game. Maybe that's just Gen 1 sleep mechanics in general, but like, holy shit. Yeah, he's having a good time. He doesn't know where he is. Doesn't know where the party's. Doesn't know this is the party. Yes. You look so cute too. All right. Super potion or duck. Lady, we are 11. Leave me alone. I just give me my money and leave me alone. Don't talk to me or my Pokemon ever again. Oh, both my... God damn it. Oh no, we're in trouble. Oh, no, Palaptoad. I always forget Palaptoad's actually part ground. Stop my ass. I'll eat your ass. Boom. Hey, at least we're like close. No, wrong. Also, is there just like any Pokemon? Well, oh man, we got the Safari Zone coming up. Hey kid, come on. I just got these. I'm just like thinking of like Pokemon to catch now, or just realized we got the fucking Safari Zone coming up. Confusion. Confusion. Oh no. For a second there I thought we got away from the stun spore. Ugh. Yeah, we got this. Duck, you got this. And Bubble Beam. Alright. Just 10 more levels. That's all, y'all. Yeah, Gobodor doesn't look bad. Like, there's so many other worse looking Pokemon on this game. Gobodor looks cute. God damn it! Is Body Slam really that crazy? Like, just giving out fucking paralysis? Oh, that's so annoying. Shit. Let's use a super potion. Clink will just stay. Throw some mud on it. Come on! Come on! Oh! God, a single mud shot's all I needed. Thank you, Shark. I definitely need it. With this annoying fight. Why not? Skip everyone. Let's go. We'll fight them later. As I always say. Let's just get ourselves to health. can't win just one strong Pokemon. I know. Bruh. I'm trying to raise like 20. Alright, fuck it, let's just go to the Safari Zone. Adino. Dachi, yeah. Is there any Pokemon we haven't caught? Caught. Lame. One of those instances where it's just like try and make you fucking buy or have some of a cut. Oh. Archin. Oh, okay, yeah, we've seen that ugly bird. Bouffalant. Wait. And now for Pokemon that still thinks it's 1970. I guess Disco is canon in Pokemon. Yeah. Bait. Bait. Or ball. Lame. Rigged. TM16. I don't need you to level. Get out of here. Shellstone. Oh, that's right, I can't even. Fungus. Baby Among Us. Okay, I guess I just gotta start fucking pelting rocks at these guys. What the fuck? Oh, there was a Cubchoo out here. At level 30? No! You motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker. I need you. God, reasons why I didn't like the Safari Zone as a kid. Okay, go down here, then make the left. I probably used up all my steps already. I was like, wasn't sure if it's this way. Easier catch. Okay. This definitely isn't the place. It's up there. Which I don't have surf. God damn it. Oh, I hate when the game does that. Yeah, we're going to have to go through it again, aren't we? Alright, alrighty. I just can't win. Oh, fuck off. I don't need you to webble. God damn it. Oh, hey. Yeah, it's definitely design-wise, like, one of my favorites. It's just everything else. One. Oh, we did it. We got a Ferroth Seed. Probably one of the harder catches, honestly, I imagine. We'll see, I guess, but that's a very good Pokemon. I don't think we use it in this fucking challenge at all. Because it's so good. That's my game theory. Throw a rock. Okay, maybe I should stop throwing rocks at that one. God damn it. Yep. Alright, let's drop off our items. I guess grab someone with fucking cut, because... God. Well, I guess we just ride our bike around. Whatever. NDK. Pause it. I guess put up Shellstone. I don't know what Shellstone does. Put for max potion. Put max revive. You think it's an evolution item? Okay. For the ROM hacks? Oh, that would make a lot of sense. Let's pull our duck, grab Titty Cat for a moment so we can give Titty Cat a bunch of drugs. Defense Rose. Special Rose. Just has more body slam. There we go. Deposit. Oh. Go down to Titty Cat. Grab our duck again. Alright. Also, I should check that TM. Skull Bash. I'm assuming the other one's Swift? No, Sludge. Sludge is super good. I'm trying to think of who would benefit the most. Honestly, Drillbird right now probably benefit the most. Just give her a Scratch. We got Swift. Just give it to her duck. Fuck it. Why not? I'm not planning to use Swift later on. And what was it? Skull Bash? We'll wait. I guess we could put up our HM Fly for now. Now I think about it. Deposit. X accuracy. I was going to do casino. Yeah, there we go. I was like just putting that up now. We'll come back for it. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever. This whole place is a scam. Oh god. Well, we found Among Us from the hit popular game. It appeared to be caught. Come on. I need memes. Weirdly, we don't use Among Us either in this run at all. Come on, buddy. I was just following the game instructions. Here's some bait. I missed the Pokemon. Oh my god, we got it. We had to throw 2 rocks at it. Hello is praised by close by waving its orb claps, which resemble Pokeball balls in a swaying dance. Okay, I'm glad I'm not, like, the only one confused by that. Funny, we don't have to fuck around with Ferroseed. At least getting Ferroseed out of the way kind of feels great. Oh, more special for a kitty cat. Our sweet little kitty cat's gonna be such a menace. Oh, you asshole. Oh my god. Let's go! Let's go! One rock, one ball. Boy looks like a square. Its head is harder than a rock. Oh, you know his final evolution is going to be beautiful. It's just going to be mwah. You know his final form is just, we're not going to be able to handle it. You know? No one's going to be able to handle it. Oh, fucked up. There's nothing here. God damn it. His face is just stuck like that forever. Oh, that's not... Oh, okay. Wait, wasn't that one of the dragons we needed? Oh, I thought that was like one of the dragons we needed. I thought it had like a baby form. It is one we need. Okay, okay. Okay, fair. God damn it. Megas. Mega Gigamax forms. You know, that's my new Pokemon strat. It's Mega Gigamax forms. Alright, cool. Because variety is a spice of life. And also, I need to find sleep. Or someone that can use sleep. Yeah, we're capturing you. Alright, that's gonna save us some grinding. That will save us some grinding. Not a lot, but... Oh, look, I found gold teeth. Ah, finally. You're the first person to reach the secret house. I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won this. The best... One of the best water moves in the game? I mean, if not the, especially in this gen. I know Bubble Beam's close. You know what? We're going to have our duck a little bit longer than our toad. Just a little bit longer. Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, they're both kind of gone after this little like section. All right. What's this move again? Double team. Double team. Oh wow. You know what I just thought of? Okay. What if I replace paralysis or Thunderwave with a double team on Titty Cat? So we just throw sand in their eyes, double edge or double team, and then body slam them to death or to paralysis. That would be so goofy. That might be goofy. I'd take that as keyword as like, you should stick to what you have, champ. Also, is there a Pokemon trade we need to do in here? All his teeth are false though. Yeah. Oh, you met Bill? He's my grandson. He's always like collecting things, even as a child. Her Bill's a sex pervert. Go to the warden. Thanks, kid. No one could understand me what I said. I kind of work that way. Let me give you something for your trouble. Teach strength. Do I have a... Yeah, rage. Just get rid of rage. Rare candy. Alright, so we got a good bit of side stuff done. Alright. Let's go feed Titty Cat more drugs. Put our duck up. Titty Cat. We got you more drugs. Ba-bounce. Good one, Shark. You got us all. Get it? Goofy's not in this game. Let's see. God. All right. I still need to figure. I still need Pokemon that'll do sleep. That's the big problem. Oh yeah, I didn't go check on the Professor Aid. We're writing together. Actually, I'm going to do that real quick. Before we even begin this. Just because there's a chance that that could be EXP share. Well, no, I think the EXP share is all the way in Simbar Island. I'm pretty sure. Let's look. Oh shit, there is no Professor Aid. I'm looking for Tynamo. Want to trade for a Genesect? Oh well. Tynamo, that's the second evolved form of that one Pokemon I bought. Right? No, no. No, we have it. We have it already. Let's just go get Genesect. Honestly, there's a couple of trades we could do like that we just need to finish up. Yes. Withdraw. All right, let's go grab this motherfucker. How well do you think Genesect's gonna look? You know, like good bad or like just bad bad? Zusi. Okay, you know, that could be worse. Hey, thanks. Zusi? Come on. Why don't you like getting up there anymore? There we go, buddy. What if... Oh. I was going to try to give him a controller. Let's see. Thinking of trades, let's just go ahead and knock this other trade out. which I tried capturing, but we couldn't capture. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna waste Pokeballs on it. But now we can actually go up here and at least like attempt to catch it reasonably. Also, there's just no one at the cave. They're just like, fuck it, go in the cave whenever you want. So we need to Gothlictus, I think. We're looking for two of the same Pokemon. Pampor. Come on. Give me what I want. Ah. It's just Pokemon. You know, it's Pokemon of how we know it. Just getting in the grass, just going back and forth till the right fucking Pokemon appears. And then we only have like one turn to capture it. I did find it up here, or up in that other spot. It really shouldn't matter, right? Like, it's in this two general spots. Let me just double check. I think it's not the... What? Yeah. Okay, it's up here and up there. Okay. I know I found it more up here. So let's check it out. Wing attack. Swaddle. Honestly, our Swaddle probably has a sleep move. If I had to assume. Or, oh, hey. All right. Fixation. Got that it's always staring intently at something. Let's go. Alright, now we need a second one to actually train. And not trade. Where are you? Where are you? Come out here. Pampor ant. Oh man, just anytime I see the Pampor, I just realize, man, we got a semi-pour. We gotta get all the way up. Oh. This is gonna make this a little more annoying. That's okay. We'll just switch to drill. We're just beating the shit out of everyone till we get the Pokemon we need. Drill goes Bert. Drill goes Bert. Come on, I want to capture this other Mon now. And then not later. Come on. Come on, RNG. Give me what I need. Yes. Alright. Hopefully we just need one more Ultra Ball. And we're done with this little quest. God damn it. Oh, wow. It's actually fighting. Like, last time we saw it, like, or last, like, time we were back here, it, like, just kept teleporting first move. So, I was just, like, getting sick of just wasting Pokeballs on it. Alright. So, why do we need to? Because we got a trainer down in the caves that wants a trade. Yeah, we gotta go the long way. Turns out Landorus is just back here chilling. Is it you? Hi, do you have a Shelmet? Curablast. No. Oh, okay, no, I don't. It's not you, actually. Fuck, and we gotta go. God damn it, we gotta go back to the Safari Zone and catch that. Fuck. Yeah, we still got a couple different things we need complete. I know here we can check out. Probably just finally just grab Psychic. Just say fuck it. Okay, is it you? Or is it in the Pokemon Club? Okay, I guess it's in the city. Not you. Hi, do you have... Yes, there we go. Here we go. Woohoo! Thanks, pal. Yeah, I sure got the best out of that trade. Not bad either, Eggsy. Yeah, that one's really good too. Too bad we just do not use you. Yeah, I kind of want to just go to the Safari Zone and capture some mons, but well, let's heal. Actually, I know what we can do. Also, does anyone know any other traits I need to think about or that I haven't done in this game? No, there's one in Cinnabar Island, right? I think there's one more in Cinnabar Island. Wait, don't say a word. You wanted this. Do I teach Psychic to Woobat? I'm trying to think of who else I need. Cerulean. Next to the Poke Center. I don't think so, actually. No, now that you mention it, I don't think I did this one. Over here? My husband likes training Pokemon? Oh, okay. Totally, yeah. Hello. Do you want to trade? Alamoa for Kalido? I don't have Alamoa. Alright. There are 3 in Cinnabar. Whew. Well, we got a lot of capturing and trading to do later. Or now. It may help with our grind. Or at least, like, help not make our grind so aimless. Alright, let's try to see if we can take these guys on. Hoo ha! You're trespassing in our fighting dojo. Aw, thank you, Shark. God damn it. Oh shit. I didn't switch. Oof. That hurt. Yes. Why, Shark? How did you know? I assume you're a big fan of them. I mean, yeah, you nailed it. It is them. Oh God, that is an ugly sprite. Oh my God. Yeah, that is just. Oh god, you know they're going to be looking terrible. Oh god damn it. Yeah, that one sealed the deal. Dig. You can't hit. You can't see. Nerd. Jill goes burr. Slash. Fine. Oh my god. Oh boy. Drill burr with slash. Oh boy. Oh, just wait till we get exit drill, then it's just crits all day. Oof, I give up. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious when we get to that's gonna be so funny. Because what is the speed already? Shh. Don't dig in the gym. 56. All right. Let's see if our little drill boy. All right. Ugh. Ah. Come on, crit. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a 1 out of 3 crit chance. Not the worst. I was kind of hoping for a little better. Gurduro was ugly. Oh, it is sinfully ugly. Welcome, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Also, I think I still haven't took the hit from Shark. Judge, 1 point. Nothing breaks me. I don't break boulders for training. Tough guy, eh? Oh, Jack, you... I don't know if you're in on the meme, but I finally had Waffle House today. And, like... Yeah, I haven't had Waffle House forever. You know what I realized? It got shot recently. Like, my local Waffle House got shot recently. Yeah, I also got the Roost special. Patty Melt. And, like, so when I, like, walked... I haven't been in there in, like, a decade. When I walked in, like, there's, like, a billion signs that just say, like, we're doing this. We're doing this. No, you can't do this. And there's no dine-in from, like, 10 p.m. to, like, 4 a.m. anymore. It's all dine-out. It's all takeout. Which, that is insane, but it was a long time coming, to be honest. A Patty Melt. Yeah, it's just a cheeseburger with, like, melted cheese, usually. Usually on, like, normal buns. Or, like, not buns, but toast. I didn't realize. And also, like, the 20% charge also on takeout. On Texas Toast. Thank you, Rue. Definitely just sour things even more. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I think that was my first time at Waffle House in a long time, and probably my last. I was like, shit, my meal almost came out to be 17 bucks because of the other 20% like charge, which fair enough. 10% goes to their waitress or waiters. So fair enough, but it's just like, phew. And the other 10% is just like for doing takeout. It's like, cool. You think you just get peak Waffle House because you're a regular? That's very valid. Jack, we would have to go to like Ruse. Because boy, there's so many other places I would rather take you, honestly, for what the price of Waffle House charges these days. It's honestly like ridiculous, like for what I spent and what I got. It's like I could have had like some nice like lunch at a pretty good Chinese restaurant for like $9. Could have had a decent burrito. Could have done a couple other things. It was just kind of crazy. I was like, shit, this used to be like the cheap place. But now, not anymore. I mean, yeah, for the first time, sure. Like, you know, first time, you know, do it, try it, whatever. But after that, it's like, bro, we can go get better food elsewhere. Like, there's this place I go to called Truck and Cheesy that has great stoner food. That is, I would say, better than that. What else we have? God, like I said, there's a Faux and You place. Faux Me and You place, or whatever. That's pretty good. No, you gotta get the Roo special. Duh. Alright, let's go take on this asshole. And Woobat. Grunt, I am the karate master. I am the leader here. You wish to challenge us? Expect no mercy. Fwah. Fwah. Thoreau looks cross-eyed. And also, this guy just jumped like 7 levels above his pupils. Oh, you'll... Oh, yeah. Yeah, these two motherfuckers. And Swak. Oh boy. Oh, poor Swak. Oh no. Swak. Why did they do you so dirty? Oh my god. Poor Swak. Like, whatever you associate with this Pokemon is just gone. It's a whole different Pokemon. Ah, beard. What? Trick? Yeah! Look at that motherfucker. Look at that ugly motherfucker right there. Well, we got one part of our team ready. You know, just 5 more Pokemon to evolve. Alright. Indeed, I have lost. But I beseech you, do not take our emblem as your trophy. In return, I will reward you with fighting Pokemon. Choose whatever you like. Oh, you know we're taking Swak. Yes. We're taking that ugly motherfucker. A cookout? Like there's I mean there's like, you know, like family cookouts, and then there's like the rest, like a fast food chain. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to also need that Gothitelle, right? Also, do I have some... God damn it. Of course, it's been full. Bye, Swak. Sleep powder. Let's go. Actually, let's go on a side quest, everyone. We're going to go on a little side quest. No, we're there already. Trying to think where all... oh, I know where all 3 are. Okay, well, I guess we'll go to the one on the left. We'll go the one that's already fighting Billy. Then you just the cookouts are fun. I have great fun times. There's like ones that my friends punk like just here hold like at places. Sometimes just at the parks, or sometimes at like the lake parks. Alrighty. Alright, let's send our favorite game of all time out. Ooh, right on 24. Beat the crap out of this weird dog. A mongoose. Oh, god damn it. So how I found this out was during fighting Thunderous and Tornadus, like whenever they went to sleep, I decided just to throw a Pokeball, see if it actually do anything. Oh, thank you. You're a big, sturdy mushroom. And it worked. So, at that point, I realized, putting them asleep makes them vulnerable to catching. So I guess they just have this in place just in case. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not like too... I guess it prevented me from catching them earlier on. True. Ugh. I'm going to probably inch it more. Or also buy more Pokeballs. Say one more. All right. Sleep powder. Ultra Ball. Yeah! Iron Will. It has a heart and body of steel. It glares. Will make even an unruly Pokemon obey it. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, glad to finally, like, figure that all. What? We can't fly on top of the fucking roof? Lame. Oh, thank you, Shark. Alright, let's... Might as well, just, since we're right there, grab a cut Pokemon too. Swootaloo. I'm just gonna go ahead and count my fucking boxes. Or count how many... Okay, well, thank goodness. Thank goodness I checked. I know I already put up target. Put a Woobat real quick. Oh, this is the worst. Even to this day, this isn't all perfect in the newer generation. Oh, nope. Alright. I do enjoy if it's a family gathering, but my family is just becoming more and more possible around. Just growing up, possibly. Yeah, it happens to all of us, man. Don't worry. Let's see. Oop. Next up is... It's the weed! It's the weed! Cut all these goddamn things down. We already grabbed the flash here. Where are you? If anything, I should have grabbed more Pokeballs, but oh well. We'll make it work. V. Oh, I need smoke. I totally forgot. Just go to sleep. Well, shoot. I keep thinking Toxic's like a sludge move. No, this Amoonguss here only has one attack move, and that's Mega Drain. But it's not like I can use like anything else. Just gives it another status effect. And switching in and out has just been so painful. Let's try putting it to sleep though. Now, so it can stop beating on us for a moment. You can double kick me all you want. Actually, don't do that. That'd be a very bad thing. All right, sleep. Ultra Ball. Oh, it disconnected. God, I didn't even realize it. I was so focused on just capturing this goddamn thing. It had Sprout's horns, sharp as blades. Using spinning moves, it swiftly cuts opponents. Alright. Cool, now we got one more. Sorry about that all. Let's see. Go ahead and take care of this. Also, go ahead and just save in general. Hey man, do you play the hit game Amoonguss? Flash. No, shit, I didn't even think about repel. You know, at the beginning of the stream, I came in here trying to find a Woobat. For the life of me, couldn't fucking find one. I guess we were just destined to carry this one around. Aha, there it is. Turr. Pooh. Terrakion. All right. Oh god, this may be too much. We'll see. Oh, just right. Yeah! Terrakion was caught. Legendary Musketeers. Its charge is strong enough to break through a castle wall in one blow. Sweet. Alright, that was a little side quest I wanted to do. Now we go through... I guess we go through Cycle's Road. Or Cycler's Road. Let's go down. Go ahead. God. Jumble around all of our boxes. Alright. We need to pull Woobat. Alright. Let's get our butts. Actually, we still got Pokemon trainers. Thorafusha too. Let's go here. Just start from the top. Auto Force. How many? Like 5 trainers just in the beginning. Come on, play, little mouse. They call me a little mouse. They like me. I think they really like me. Cue Ball wants to play. Oh god, I forgot. Oh god. Maybe saying on Woobat wasn't a great idea. Yeah. Drillbur. Oh, I'm going to meditate, alright. And I'm going to hit you with a double slap. You little rat. Yeah, there's so... Yeah, 5. Okay. Let me go switch out. Unfortunately, Amoonguss is not required at any point in the fight or in this challenge. And I gotta remember, I gotta like remember about fire. I need like fire moves because I have no fire Pokemon with me going to the Elite Four. But I can still give Fire Blast or Flamethrower or whatever to whoever. Is our... Nope. It's, of course, it's in the other fucking box. Withdraw. Yeah, we gotta train this goddamn dragon up. It's like, I know I need someone here. More important than anyone else. Also, did I touch? Yeah, okay, I did. Sweet. Alright. Let's try this again. What do you want? Punk. Oh god, you gotta drag it on you. Dig. Slash. Super effective, let's go. Drill goes burr. Drill goes burr. Don't you dare laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard. Your mama's gonna laugh too. Nice bike. Hand it over. The potatoes I made this time were perfect. Too bad I don't take measurements for cook times. Better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. I love how you take like the small, like minutest of things and turn it into this big, huge catastrophe. Or at least like compare it to such. And you start taking measurements, Shark. You know, it's cool like experiment, but it's also great to make you know what you're doing. I don't need to sit here and tell you that. You already know that. Let's see. Wing attack. No, that's too hard. Okay, I tried. Well, I tried. I gave it my all. And Shark just hit me with, that's too hard. Fuck it. Here. Ducklet. Ain't letting you... We ain't running back there yet. I need you for more fights. God damn it, got a crit. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Oh, and you have a Drillbird. Send Palpitoad. Yeah, level 32. Knocked out. We just like hanging here. What's it to you, punk? Let's see. Hey, you just bumped into me. Oh shit. Oops. Yeah, that Clank sprite is sure something. Not sure what. Hey, Belle. Welcome, welcome. Another one. Hell yeah. I'm feeling hungry and mean. Let's go. my foot. Let's dig. Hope your Tuesday's been going well. Or as well as it can. I know everyone's glad to see you. No, Jack in Ruin Company and Shark. And all the lurkers out there. Much appreciated. Sure, I'll go. Oh, I was just saying, like, oh, I know everyone's happy to see you. Or, Belle, happy to see Belle. There we go. That's how to make that make sense. Fungus. Dig. Oh, god damn it. Oh, we're just dead. Yeah. Send Woobat out. I think it's a rock type. I think. Nope. Not at all. Oop. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it was a crit. Let's hope you might duck that could. Could. Oh, it's a dark type? We're all set. I know it's not much, but we're all setting positive and spiritual and high vibes your way in these trying times. I feel like customer service has just gotten worse. Like, I mean, not like customer service, but being in customer service has gotten worse. Like, people are just uber aggressive lately. And, like, between, like, feeling entitled on social media, you know, to, like, you know, I'm not sure if y'all heard about the Chipotle thing where people were, like, pulling out their phones and filming the workers making their order. Like, oh, hey! Oh my god. Oh my god. What an ugly, ugly, ugly Pokemon. There you go. I'm having trouble deciphering the sprite. What's over here? Because we definitely need more Pokemon. Fine, we already have you. Honestly, taking out more Pokemon wouldn't be such a bad idea. Wait, Feint Attack reaches me in the sky? I guess I just don't see that too often. Become independent, Wesley. Shower me with monies. Yes, Jack. Just do that and then gift us all like a billion gift tiers, like tier 3s forever. We're all set. You know, easy peasy. All the toys in Waffle House. Valid. That is valid. You're gonna go through my stream elements, or you know, or my PayPal. That's. Let's see. Yeah, God, this back sprite's even like somehow worse. Oh God, no. Whoa. Oh shit. Did I just... God damn it. I'm so sorry that I... Yeah, I'm sorry. I just like looked over and I just see like 0%. I'm just like... I know I had more dropped frames than 0. Oh. The sprites are too ugly. It's Twitch is shutting the stream down. They contact my ISP IP provider and just gonna ban me forever. Thank you, Shark. Swoobat got here. Single-handedly Swoobat's fault. If I could take this guy on. There's no money in fighting kids. Then why are you fighting me? Then why are we doing right here, right now, buddy? For money, no less. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, my stream's like struggling to stay afloat. Yeah, it's struggling though. It is very much struggling. I apologize. Yeah,